The early 1900s, the early 1800s, early 1700s. These are the times of the cowboys and the Indians. These are the times of slavery. These are the times that the people of African descent was in bondage. In my dream, the dream world, I always have superhuman powers. I always am able to simply levitate off the ground and fly through the sky at will. I can always fly so far into the sky where the clouds are, where I could look down to the earth and see what looks like little teeny ants, but they are human beings. That is the superpower that I have in my dreams, where I can simply shoot a fireball from the palm of my hand at will. And that fireball can do some major damage. It can blow up a house. It could blow up a car. It could do major damage. In the dream world, I can always simply teleport. I can become invisible temporarily, and I can walk through walls at ease. And I am so powerful, I can fight like Bruce Lee in my dreams. So I am a superhero in my dream. Hello, this is Amin Parker. Last night, I had a dream. And what a dream it was. Somehow, I appeared in the early 1900s, a time where people of my tribe was in slavery, in bondage by the dominant society. And there was nothing that my people could do. The people that were in the dominant society, they dressed like the men within this screenshot, while the people from my tribe was in bondage. Some of them, not a lot, maybe 2 of them was dressed like me. 2% was dressed like me. They had luxury of doing some things, but not much. However, I had a purpose for appearing in that time, and I quickly realized my purpose. I was tasked with saving my tribe. The thing is, I was gifted with superhuman powers in this dream. I was able to shoot fireballs from my hands. I was able to teleport. I was able to fly in the sky. I literally had Son Goku's superpower. So you can only imagine what I was able to do. The first thing I noticed is that when I entered any of those houses within those screenshots here, I noticed that there were so many slaves crammed into one bedroom. I would go into one house, I would see it. I would see men just cramped together. I'll go into another house, and I would see women just cramped together. And they were all uncomfortable. course, the slave masters, they were very comfortable. So I noticed that just by spreading my hands, fire began to form. Just by spreading my fingers apart, fire literally began to form. As I said, imagine the power that Son Goku from Dragon Ball has. And he could just simply shoot fireballs from his hand. Just simply teleport by putting his 2 fingers on his forehead. Being able to fly into the sky, way into the sky. That's the exact power that I had. In that dream, I utilized that power. I had to free the slaves for a better future. And that is what I did. One by one, removing the dominant people of this town. Removing them. When I was doing so, you could literally see the smiles of the slaves, the shock and awe at first, but also you could see freedom within their grasp. They ran from the buildings as I finished doing what had to be done. I walked out of one building after accomplishing that task. Then many men from each and everywhere riding horses came up and approached me. They seen the residue all over me. They pulled out their guns. They kept shooting and shooting, but bullets just bounced off my body. My body was so powerful, sort of like a body of armor. Ping, 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 ping. Bullets just bounced off my body. All I did was raise my hand, pointed my hand at the people that were trying to remove me. And fireballs just came out of my hand, removing them one by one. This is the superpower that I possessed within the dream. As time went on, there was literally no more people from the dominant society coming my way. But there were certainly slaves just standing by in shock. They could have sworn that I came from the heavens. This is the dream that I had. I remember there became a point in time where news began to spread about what was taking place in that town that I was in, that I liberated. The news began to spread all the way to the Senate, where you had people from the dominant society who were dressed very professionally for that time. They had white wigs on their head, wearing suits that fit that time. And they were trying to debate over what was going on there and how it can be stopped. Well, out of the blue, I found myself teleported there. But I was still in an invisible state with my fingers on my forehead, which gives me the power to be invisible. Of course, temporarily. As I listened in, they wanted to bomb that small town. That is the decision that they came upon. And it was at that moment where I removed my fingers from my forehead, which made my body become visible. Everyone seen me, and they quickly tried to remove me from the world. It was at that time where I was seeing the president face to face, as everyone tried to remove me to the best of their ability, with their pistols, some with their hands, literally. They were not successful because of the superhuman body that I possessed. Once again, bullets just bounced off my flesh. They never penetrated my body. They were all in surprisement. And then I started the task, literally raising my hand, spreading my fingers, and shooting the fireballs from the fingers. And eventually, I was the last one standing. This is just the dream that I had, but the task to change the future was at hand.